Right. Today I am playing a deck that is maybe even less groundbreaking than yesterday's deck. It is a very standard Loki build. This is one that I got from KM Best more than a week ago, I think. It may be kind of the same one that he's recommending right now. Um, I've had a lot of success with this one. I didn't have as much success with the deck I tried yesterday, the one that Lamby series had a 74% win rate with. And actually, I wanted to pull that one up and just kind of compare the two decks side by side. Um, so, and when I need to switch to the one that I'm playing. Um, Okay, so there's really just, two cards that are different between these two. And they are Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur in the Lambie deck. Um, and those are replaced by Sentinel and Jeff in the Canvas version. So, one thing I was playing this one off stream yesterday and today and doing pretty well with it. Um, big difference there is the lower cost with Jeff and Sentinel. I think that just makes this one a lot smoother to play. I think it makes the plays more obvious. And I think that makes a lot of sense with Lambie series in that, he does play some easy decks sometimes, right? But he's also a very skilled player and he doesn't mind playing decks that are more challenging. Um, and for myself, I think I have more success with decks that are a little bit easier to pilot. I think Loki still has those challenges in general. But like, these two cards, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, just felt a little clunky in this one. I got shonged in some Devil Dinosaur plays. Um, Moon Girl is just, you're playing her on four, so then you're Lokiing on five can be tricky. And it adds complexity too, I think. So, with Moon Girl, it's you got to think through like all the different cards that you're that you're duplicating. Maybe there's like this awesome like double snow guard play that that's hidden in there. That's kind of hard to spot. Where again, I think the this other one is a little bit easier to pilot. It's smoother. I'm having more success with it. So let's jump into some games with this one. Um, okay, we're gonna go into Conquest. My goal again is to get an Infinity ticket. So I do have six Infinity tickets this season, and I can't remember the last one I got. So these were like weeks one and two of the season when I got these ones, I think. Um, Probably a lot of reasons for that. One is that I have been playing less this week. And I think that's partly because the meta is just full of Loki, which I'm contributing to today. Um, Maybe that's the main reason. I think it's also harder. It's harder for me to play when when the meta is so um uh what's the word? Monotonous. When there's like so much of the same deck in the meta, I just find it more challenging. Maybe because it's boring, but maybe because it's just like, you're playing the mirror, it's challenging. It's kind of a coin toss with a Loki mirror. Um And then otherwise you're just trying to beat Loki, but Loki's the best deck, so it's hard to beat Loki if you're not playing Loki. And anyway, let's get into some matches. I have one gold ticket, four silvers. So let's start in gold. We need three wins in a row for an infinity ticket. I am up very early. You may hear a cricket. I think I have a cricket outside or wall or something. Some background music for us. Um, Got my COVID shot yesterday and could not sleep. I'm very happy that I got it. I'm going to Disney World in a couple weeks, so I'm going to be at full immunity for my trip. Most excited to go on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I've been on it once. It was awesome. Really looking forward to going on that again and just all of the magic at Disney World. It's a very special place. So there's a Sunspot and an Angela. So probably expect Kitty when we see Angela. Who else runs Sunspot? Just maybe some kind of hybrid build. Do we want to compete for the vault? Well, and we can play their turn 7 as long as Limbo doesn't get turned off. We can also turn off Limbo if we want. They're gonna force us into the vault. So it's a very. Anytime I see Jean Grey, I'm just confused. It's a very meta deck, I think. Like I saw Jean Grey somewhere, like on Twitter or something. Again, and probably have a kitty in there. What else are they playing? A Doctor Doom? Um, let's see here. Want a Loki this turn. We'll lose Legions. We can't turn off Limbo. Is there like an Inchi not play where they really want that Limbo? Let's just try a Loki mid. See what happens. Now we see what they're some more of what they're doing. They've got a Sandman and a Wave, so that's like really trying to counter like the multiple plays that Loki can make last turn. Um, we can only play one card this turn. We want to turn off Limbo now. It's not a surprise, but it's the most power we can put on the board. We do have to play mid because of Jean. You have to play mid as well. So maybe we both fill mid. We maybe can add some points to collector. And turn 6 will be the last turn. And no one can play turn 6. Shoot. Did not think that through. They had the same idea we had, but they float. We Jeff. They float turn 6. And maybe also Jeff. We're up by 4 points right now. We add 3. They might be adding 7, which would be a tie if they have Jeff. So we win if there's no Jeff. We tie if there is, I think. Okay. Just gonna keep reminding myself to enunciate something I'm working on. I kind of look like Two Face. Camera, but I need to work on my lighting too. Okay, we got like a Kitty Jeff into Angela. Ooh, they've got the Dan Hip Jeff. Man, I love my Rian Gonzalez Jeff. Dan Hip might be better. Man, that's so rare. You had to open spotlight caches for it. Or do we Coulson? So it's this turn. Nothing's gonna reveal, but maybe we Coulson so we can have a full hand for Loki. Yeah, they're kind of like gonna restrict where we play, how much we can play. Um, so maybe Loki's not the greatest, but let's see. So Coulson's gonna add two. Snowguard can add two more, so that would be seven. Whereas, let's see. Coulson's gonna add two. Whereas we'd get five this way, but we'd have a bunch of like Angela procs, assuming we can play multiple cards per turn. We did see a Sandman when we Loki'd last time. Um, let's just see what happens. So I've got a Sunspot, Float, look at Spider Woman, Mid. Good. No, we can't. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Eliath is a really good Gene combo piece. We've got Prio. Let's Doom here. Yeah, I mean, I guess Loki is good still against this deck because we're getting their good cards. So even though they're limiting us to one card per turn, we're still getting the stuff that they want to play once a turn, like Doctor Doom. Oh, and then there's Galactus. Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks from yesterday. It's not bad. Bad Galactus misread from yesterday. Yikes. That was rough. Very rough. Do they have Goliath this turn? They haven't snapped, so I just hope they don't have Goliath. Um, both. Let's see. Sunspot just puts zero on the board. Doesn't make much difference. There it is. Okay. Okay, so we see more of their deck. We know they're running Galactus. This is a very interesting deck. I'm just gonna take a quick screenshot for later. Um, I'm recording this too. Just come back and watch the video, I guess. Yeah, I like this build. It seems creative. Jean Grey is kind of a good like Galactus enabler. I don't think I've seen that before. That's really interesting. I think Galactus is already really strong in this meta. I think Galactus can compete with Loki. Yeah, it's just good against a lot of other decks. Can really shut stuff down. You know that Eliath Odin combo. You can probably assume they have Odin, or else they just wanna. I've played some Eliath decks where you just kind of pretend that you have Odin. You can put a different card in there. Just snap, and pretend you have Odin. feel like we can counter Galactus. Think what are they doing here? They're forcing us into bar with no name. Can avoid it with Jeff this turn. Throw Angela here for 0 power. I guess I guess she'll get she will get buffed when we play there next turn. Oh shoot. Should have seen that coming. We can do anything. Snow Guard Hawk will turn locations off until the end of the game, then turn them back on before determining the winner. So we got nothing we can do here. That was a good play. That was a good play. Enunciate. Don't mumble. Retreat. Okay, so we are down 8-6. Quinjet, Collector, Snow Guard. So we just gotta really look for opportunities to beat this deck. Stating the obvious, right? How do we beat this? Yeah, I really do like this creative build they've got going. Pretty cool. Okay, so right would be the only place they can play Galactus. So we gotta keep Galactus front of mind. Again, that's what happened yesterday. I was prepared for Galactus, and then I just forgot about him. Turn 5. Had a big loss. 'Cause I forgot. So Cosmo would shut down Galactus. But they also haven't played any of their enablers yet. Could potentially wait, assuming we keep Prio, could potentially wait on that. I like how we're positioned here. We've got priority. We've got some good stuff going on. No Legion nonsense. It's a, they just skip a turn. Skip full turn, but they stay in after a snap. A Shang here. We're gonna be Shangable mid. So we'll keep an eye out for Elias. They don't have any Galactus plays now. So that's nice. So they've got that Hobgoblin that they fill up X Mansion with. Predicted where I was moving Jeff. So they got that lane locked down. But um, we're up by 14 mid. If they Shang, that definitely hurts. So this could be a good Galactus mid. Angela will be under Shang. And then we got Jeff or Kitty are both the same. Okay, so that ties the match. 6-6. Yeah, so I think we're probably slightly favored against this deck. We've got the Cosmo to counter some of their on reveals. We could catch a Hobgoblin with Cosmo too. Um, yeah, we can Loki and just take a lot of the stuff that they want to play with Gene. Just gotta be very careful around Galactus. As long as we can counter Galactus, I think we're pretty well positioned here. Now, they burned us once on Bar with No Name. They haven't snapped yet, I don't think. I think this is high stakes. Um, are they gonna do that again? If we just focus on one lane, can that prevent that Bar with No Name stuff? If we've got priority, we could Legion a different lane first. We are snapping here. We go for priority. Let's try to Legion a different lane. So they can't Legion Bar with No Name. Yeah, they're doing it again. Okay. We can't Legion another lane now. Shoot. Shit. Oh, here we go. What if we stagger on? Then we can Legion another. Then we can Legion whatever lane Gene ends up on, as long as Stegron hits Gene. Otherwise, we're losing 4 cubes here. Just hope that Stegron hits Gene. 50-50. Nope. But they Legion, Bar with No Name. They will have. They'll be losing the bar, but they will be losing mid. And then whoever has the most points wins if we're tied locations. So we still need the most points in that case. We try to get more points down. Maybe we Sentinel. Oh, wait. They've got Prio. Okay. Let's Sentinel here. Sandman. Interesting. Okay. So they don't know that we have Legion, do they? Have we shown them Legion yet? Um, if we can Legion left, if we both Legion left, they win. If they Legion left and we do nothing, we win. This is really tough. What if we Spider-Man? Can only play one card. We could add Jeff. 6 points. It's for all the marbles. Just gotta guess what they're doing. I'm guessing that they're legioning. Yeah, it's up to them. The game. Yeah, that came down to a 50-50. Flip a coin. Are they legioning or not? We guessed correctly. Um, yeah, so I was thinking about that scene in Princess Bride. I forget the actor's name, both actors' names, but where they're, Wesley poisons one of the two cups, and the other one has to guess which one is poisoned. He goes on this big um, rant of how, you know, he assumes they wouldn't poison their own cup, so he can't drink their cup then. But then he knows that they know, so he can't drink his own cup. And then it's just there's so many like decisions that are like that in Marvel Snap where yeah, it just ends up being a toss up at the end of the day. Um if you're in that situation. But of course in the movie Wesley has actually rigged the game, right? So he prevented that situation from happening because he was immune to the poison and he poisoned both cups. Right? And I think that's a really good metaphor for Marvel Snap. Like you don't want to be in that 50-50 situation. So like the opponent set up a 50-50 there, right? They set up that 50-50 coin toss. And I don't like setting those up. That's why I usually don't go for that like bar with no name trick because I don't want to set up a 50-50 coin toss. Like um I want to rig the game to be in my favor, to be higher than a 50-50. Especially when they already tricked me once with that. It's like, um, they had the element of surprise the first time, which they shouldn't have. I should have known. Should always be watching for that. Anyway, that's my Princess Bride metaphor. I can't claim that I thought of that myself. I did see it. I saw the beginning of the metaphor on Reddit one time, but I did think of that part about how Wesley, that's my own creation, the Wesley metaphor. I think it works really well. Poisoning, you poison both cups. You rig the game in your favor. That's what it's all about. Okay, so they got Sarah out of X Mansion. They're running a uh some sort of evolved deck, and they're snapping turn four. We've got a full lane on the left. Got some weird stuff going on. I guess we just play it out. See if they can we can get their Hulk. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, so evolved Cyclops, right? Wonder if they stay in here. Deadpool emoji. Sometimes it's like a bluff, but Deadpool emoji. Okay, we can't win, right? Oh wait, can we? We we add 11, right? So it puts us at 17, but then Cyclops takes us down to 15. So we play mid. Um, they've played their Hulk already. I don't think they have a great play here. Okay, we got really lucky there with the Danger Room play. We did create our own luck by legioning the Danger Room. You know, just seeing what happens with that. Didn't really know what was going to happen that game. Um, how did they play the Hulk so early anyway? Hmm. Oh, shocker! Shocker reduced Hulk's power. Was there like a Titan also? Okay, so we've got a cheeky Legion play we could make. Just adding raptors to every location. It's something we can consider. And start filling up the raft. We're not going to get there quickly, though. They might not either. Okay, so they storm left, and like Legion could get us back into that storm lane while filling their side with raptors. Can't quite fill the raft this turn. Also Loki. Kind of like that Savage Land Legion play. Kinda. We're running out of time, so let's just play something and see what happens. Okay, so they wave on 4. So if we can Legion Savage Land, they can move Jeff out of the raft just like we can. But where are they moving to? Mid? Mid would be their only place to move it. We've got two options. Okay, so they can only play one card. They can go either mid or right. We can play multiple cards. We've got a 4-power kitty that would pair with a 5-power Loki. Like Jeff left would win as long as they're not floating anything there. Then we could tie on the right. See where this gets us. Simply Hulk mid. They don't float, right? But we only tie right, so we lose. Okay, very interesting. We've seen most of their deck. So got 3 cards that are a mystery. Mm. Potentially a Professor X in there. There could be a Galactus in there. Some other evolved cards. What other evolved cards would they be running? They've got Shocker, Cyclops, and Hulk. I think Wasp has really fallen out of the meta. Seen the Thing, Abomination, Misty Knight. So then are they like running an armor to protect all those 1-drops? And they just don't think Killmonger's in the meta. Are planning on soaking a lot of energy. So are they, planning on skipping turns? Do they have a magic to add another turn, which would mean that they would have a She-Hulk in there? They've got us on our toes, that's for sure. We can Legion somewhere and get back into the flooded lane, or we can Loki, just Loki now and try to like Lokiing for 3. This is only turn 3. So it's a little confusing with Elysium. Turn 3, maybe we wait a turn before we Loki. See if we can get some other, like a Snow Guard to go with Loki would be nice. We can Legion this turn. Is this Galactus? Legion this turn, then Then we can Loki and Snowguard next turn. We have Prio, so we would counter Galactus. That's what they're doing. We open up the flooded lane. Do we snap back here? What else do they have up their sleeve? Like they've got Hulk and Doom they could be playing. Could be an Alioth in there. Be like it could be Galactus and Alioth. Let's just not snap. Just too many unknowns still. Okay, how do we play this out? This is pretty wild. I mean, drawing a bunch of cards. I don't even know how many we'll have in hand for Loki. Three? Well, so Loki will just hit the three cards, but we're also drawing three additional for Collector. Um, Getting some Angela procs. They're going to be able to play out their hand too with Triple Elysium. They're going to soak a lot on that Sunspot. So three costs Chavez. I think here we really try to focus on two lanes, which I think would be left and mid. And then got one more card to put in the right. Okay. Don't want to snap. Sort of a toss up, but they've played two of their big boys. They have an Eliath. We'll see. They do have Eliath. And we don't quite have enough. Shoot. Okay, so we guessed the wrong lanes. I think if we would have gone for mid and right, you just imagine that Chavez was on right. Okay. We're on our second game of Gold Conquest. We get Jeff and Quinjet down now. We've seen their whole deck now, so there's no Galactus in there. We got Eliath, kind of a finisher for this like lockdown storm deck. We can counter storm with Legion. I think this is a pretty good Loki play. We'll put Snowguard right. Just hope that Danger Room doesn't kill her. We don't want to risk Danger Room for Loki because he's moving to Asteroid M anyway. Um, Playing from behind. Let's just see how this goes before we snap. Okay, so we get there, Goliath, which we can play next turn and take over the flooding lane. So I do really like this. We do have to be aggressive playing from behind. So let's snap. They retreat for one. All right, we'll take what we can get. Hope hoping they'd stay in for at least two. Now we're in high stakes. So we've still got a decent stack, to use a poker term. Got a decent stack. We can leverage that a little bit. When we go all in, they have to put half their stack in. There is a really good video on YouTube created by Lambie Series and Peaceful Sea about snapping. Highly recommend watching that. It's really fascinating just how much strategy really goes into snapping. Um, can't remember who I heard this from, but someone else described Marvel Snap as like it's really a betting game. That's like the top layer, and then you've got this card game underneath it. Whereas like a game like Texas Hold'em is really just a betting game. Those are the only decisions, literally the only decisions you make are whether to bet or to fold in Texas Hold'em. So we've got that bet or fold aspect in Marvel Snap, and then we've got this amazing strategy card game underneath it. A huge part of it is just like betting on whether you're gonna win or not. If you don't think you're gonna win, you leave. And that can be really hard to do, to leave. There's a song about that. Can't remember who sings that. Please tell me in the comments. Who sings that song, Know When to Hold 'em, Know When to Fold 'em? It's a really good, just strategy guide to poker and I think also to Marvel Snap. Okay, so Cyclops will only hit the collector, so they'll only get one each turn from Cyclops. Um, we can turn off flooding with the Hawk. Put some more stuff in there, get some more points in there too with Sentinel. Like, doesn't the Hawk animate sometimes? Why didn't it animate this time? Is that just like a bug? I mean, it worked. right? This middle is still flooding, so we can still play there. It's weird that it didn't animate. Okay, so what happens if they Doctor Doom? They will float two still. Oh wait, no. They didn't wave this turn, so they Doctor Doom. They put five in each lane. We would just have to like beat five left, right? Do we Iron Man? Do we try to get one more point mid? So that would beat a Hulk in any location, I think. Okay. And we are back in it. Good game. We've got a slight advantage now. We went from short stack to slight advantage. Okay, so Kitty will counter Nebula. Jeff first. Then we Collector and Kitty with a Loki on four. I can put them all in twice. Whereas if they go all in, they need to win. Okay, this is really interesting. What happens? We can't Legion this turn. Okay, never mind. Um, want to fight for the flooded location. If they put down Cyclops, we could still like draw into their doom. Or do we just give up on flooding? Maybe we give up flooding. We do get their doom. They Cyclops mid actually. So we do get their doom plus a Jeff that can go left. We can doom. It's secretly doom this turn. We don't get their evolved versions of the cards. We need to save some space for a Doombot, both lanes. Okay, Shocker. Okay, so if we Jeff left, we can stop Nebula. So we add eight. Their Jeff might leave. If that's okay. Then we're adding, we've already got 7 points right. Well, let's just see what happens. So they do float one, which I think means that they win. Or no, they don't float one, which means they lose. I was thinking that the Hulk was the shocker discounted the Hulk for them, but it didn't. Okay, that was good. Good game. Yeah, you expect good games in Gold Conquest. I think we've had two really good ones. Come out on top, two in a row. And we just need to win one more. And we'll finally get this week's Infinity ticket. Okay, do we Snowguard first, or do we Kitty first? I think we Kitty first here. Agent 13, probably a Loki mirror. We haven't played a Loki mirror yet. Okay, sweet. Angela, then Coulson, Loki, and Snowguard. Tempted to snap. I don't like snapping or game one in Conquest. I wanna see what their deck is. That was a tip from Lambie and Peaceful's video. Um, Lambie did also acknowledge he likes to be aggressive. Or do we Snowguard here? Or do we Coulson here? It's either way we kind of fill the hand anyway, but like I think if we Coulson, okay, they Loki on three. Okay, so hand is full. And we want to just keep our Angela procs with Kitty. Get five of their Loki cards. The other option is to get more Loki cards, which is increases our odds of getting their really good Loki cards. So we want to get their Loki, we want to get their collector, their Quinjet. Maybe we don't care about Quinjet. You get the point though. So they got our collector with their Loki, but did they get another Loki? I don't think so. So, and do we get another Loki and a collector? Yes, we do. And a Quinjet for good measure. I don't know if they're running Kitty. I was hoping to get a Kitty. I don't know if we spend our board space on Quinjet. I don't think we do. I think we want that additional Loki draw. Order. We need collector first. So they legion the mines. They're coincidentally playing the version that I was playing yesterday, that I thought was a little bit weaker. See how it does it in the mirror. They are winning going into the last turn. But do we have better cards than they do? I think we do. Let's see. Do we? Do we? I don't know if I thought too much about where to put them. We do. Oh wait, yeah, we do. We do. Okay, good. Okay, starting starting to get anxious about that infinity ticket. Gotta win this one. Okay, so we Snow Garden to Loki this turn. We'll get a bunch of stuff on Collector. They may be doing the exact same thing as us. So we'll hold off on snapping, see what play they have. And we get a Loki. So we're just drawing. We're drawing really well. But, hard to pretend any of this is skill. We're just, and that's a big criticism of the Loki mirrors. Is it skill or is it whoever Loki's into Loki wins? You know, this was something that Cam Best was talking about. I mentioned this yesterday. Like they're running Nick Fury and Moon Girl, so they've got two 4 drops in the Loki deck, which is it can be very clunky, I think. Do we want a Cosmo? I think we don't. I think we do want a Snap though. Loki is gonna move mid. So is Nick Fury. So we're gonna fill mid. Didn't think that through. We do fill it with a lot of points. Good number of points, 14. What do they reveal? A Hulk. that they got from Nick Fury. Okay, so we just like win, right? Right? Unless they Shang. We haven't seen a Shang yet. Doesn't mean it's not there. We've got Prado though. Let's protect. Yeah, I think we win this. They should retreat. Oof. I know did come close. Okay, we are 4 cubes away from that infinity ticket. And almost tasted. Don't want that to affect my gameplay though. What would an infinity ticket taste like? Nice Deadpool emote. Good game. Good game. Yeah, I think our deck does have we have the deck advantage, I think. And we've also just had like incredible draws. Those don't happen every game. Don't want to pretend that that's skill. That's luck to get those crazy Loki draws. Interesting. I may want to play that Lockjaw, discounted Lockjaw, Camp Lehigh. Got a discounted Absorbing Man too. This is turn 3. We like copy Coulson here. Loki into Kitty next turn. I guess we only get one draw from Coulson. That doesn't really do anything. We would have drawn a card anyway. Instead of playing Kitty, I think we just go for the big Loki draw. Try to slam the door. There it is. Shoot. Really like to play that Dino along with Fury and Loki. Maybe we just do Dino and Loki. Quinjet. Wait a second. We do Dino, Coulson, Loki. Okay, they've got a pretty good Loki draw too. It's one of those crazy Loki games. We get another Dino. Fury, we may or may not want to play. It's really just 5 points. Doesn't help. We don't have a collector to do anything with that. But we can just fill out the board here. We want to fill out the board. I guess it doesn't make much difference. Fury does actually help a lot for the dinos, actually. that's another interesting thing. It's like in the mirror, I like getting Fury, right? I like getting Fury from the Loki mirror. Just don't like including him in my own Loki deck. I think it's like, yeah, in the mirror, you're basically trading decks, right? So like they lose their Fury, I gain it. Um, so yeah, really think you don't want Fury. I think Moon Girl has some advantages, being able to double up stuff, adding some complexity, getting a lot more strategy. Fury, I would cut. At least they put down a lot of cards. Let's see if it's enough. Almost. Almost. Good game. There's our coveted Infinity ticket. So I think, this really is my deck. It's the deck I play the best with. I mean, not my, I didn't come up with it by any means. It's one I play the best with in this meta. If you can stomach all the Loki mirrors, I personally like this one the best. A much easier go of it than the last 2 days with other decks. All right, let's see what that Infinity ticket looks like. I don't know. Do I screenshot this for bragging rights? Yes. All right, we're up to 7. Nice. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. I might just keep playing this deck. I think it's the best. I think if we play any other decks in this meta, it's just really hard. This deck gives us a big advantage against any other deck. I do think the Loki mirrors are fun, even though they're a coin toss. I think that it's just pretty fun how wild they get. And, there is strategy involved, right? Like this game, a big thing that we were doing was trying to Loki for as many cards as possible to increase the odds of getting their Loki, getting their collector. It worked out really well for us. Again, we had the deck advantage, but I still think like there's some strategy there. Both players are playing optimally. It's a coin toss, but isn't that just the game we're playing, right? You're either relying on a deck advantage or your opponent making some mistakes or luck. I was thinking about playing some Destroy this weekend too. I like Destroy. I'm not seeing armor out there very much, so Destroy can be pretty fun. A fun deck that's performing fairly well. Kind of a coin toss into Loki, but it could be a fun change of pace while we wait for Mobius to come out. I think there's a very good chance that Mobius just shakes up the entire metagame. I have a hot take that if Mobius is as good as we think he is, Thanos might make a comeback. I don't know how yet. Just saying. Just saying. I don't necessarily think Thanos is dead. I know that's a hot take. I know most people who are smarter than I am, who know more about the game than me, are saying that the nerf to Thanos' Soul Stone killed him. I just my counter. I mean, I think that they very well could be right. My counter to that is just that like we thought Thanos was kind of bad when he first came out until people really learned to play him, found some crazy decks with him, and he kept popping up to be the number one deck. That's why they nerfed him because they didn't want that to like just happen over and over and over again. That he becomes the number one deck. I still think he has potential to pop up into that number one spot. Just less often because he was nerfed, but I think he has potential. I think Mobius could be when they do it. Another reason I have that theory is because I wonder if that may have been like a preemptive nerf. They were like, Thanos is going to be way too strong with Mobius. All the other decks running discounts, all the other strong decks are running discounts. If all of those discounted decks become weak, um, just saying, I think Mobius is really gonna shake things up. There's gonna be some like really interesting decks emerging that don't rely on discounts. I think that'll be fun. Worth the 3 weeks of Loki hell? It's not hell. I'm still enjoying the game. I play a little bit less. It's a little boring. It's still the best game ever made, right? Um, Thanks for watching. Uh, I will see you again sometime soon. Have a good one.